Hello universe, this is Alexander 2K and I am going to do a little video about the VATS system, Vault-Tec assisted targeting, Vault-Tec assisted targeting system, VATS. And VATS is accessed by, so normally, I guess, or whatever, in the game you run around and you fire the gun. And if there's something in where the bullet goes, then you hurt that something with the bullet. But there is a different way to use the pistol, and that is to use the VATS targeting system. And the way the VATS targeting system works is you press the Q key, and then it comes up. So, an example of that would be, so I'm spamming the Q key up. Now you probably didn't see that feral ghoul there. I know I didn't, but VATS did. So if you're by sort of walking along and spamming the Q key, VATS will try and spot something for you. Let's see if there's another one. I'm pressing F. So it's over there. I still can't see it. But he's there. So I'm going to take a shot at him. And let's see if he's... Oh, he's coming. I think he's coming. Yep, there he is. Okay, now, so, oh my god, there's 3 of them coming. So while they come, I'm going to back up. It looks like they're going for the dog. So I'm going to press Q. And then I'm going to select, the numbers here is the percentage chance I have to hit. So that's 68% chance to hit. Bang, bang. I hit him twice. Her. That was me pressing. So I'm going to aim for the leg here. I've crippled that poor ghoul. And ghouls, as you might know, are very fast. They run at you pretty quick, like this one is doing. Oh dear. I'm out of VATS, so I'm just going to put this one down. Oh, actually, that's a good example. Well, I'll just... Yeah, you're dead. So this one, what this does is, I aim for the leg, and I got his leg. There, now you see there's right leg, but there's no left leg, because I shot it off. And because VATS gives you the opportunity to pick your target, pick what it is you want to hit. So the torso is generally the highest percentage chance. And head, that's a 42% chance to hit the head, but the head does more damage. So it might be worth it to aim for the head. And a limb, like the leg, might be worth it to target because in this case, they're crippled and, you know, this guy, he's just useless now. I think if you're, for humanoids, things that aren't ghouls, just regular humans, if you hit them in the head, that's usually a high damage shot as opposed to the torso. For death claws, I think they have a vulnerable spot in the belly. So, there's the dog getting better, I think. See how that's how quickly he comes back after he's been sort of crippled. Dog comes back very quickly. So we're just going to go in here and creep around inside this grocery, and we'll see about shooting more than one of these guys at a time. So at least some of these are going to get up, right? You going to get up? Not you. Certainly not you. But this one's going to get up. Nope. There we go. Okay, so a Q. And so I'm going to press D and cycle to the next one and go, oh, look. So there's a couple of shots for his leg, and then just put one shot into this guy. Maybe the head. So there's 1, 2 for the leg. And I took a shot at that one's head, but I didn't get it. I'm not going to bother. That one's not getting up. We'll take one more at the head. Missed him because I suck. I got that head that time. Now you see the advantage again of, whoop, hello. All my VATS for the leg, and he's done. There's nothing he can do. Now that's just true for feral ghouls. Leg shot, and he's down. One to the head, and he's down. So you see, that's a good example of I can target more than one thing at once. The way to cycle targets in VATS is to press the D or A key. So D cycles through them to the right, A cycles through them to the left, and then it'll go around in a circle. If you keep pressing D, you'll cycle through all the targets. So in general, there's a limit to the number of VAT points that you can use in a given time. So the more VAT points you have, the more shots you can take, for example. So the way to get more action points then is to have more agility points. I think every point of agility is 10 action points, something like that. And then the percentages that we saw there, the torso was a higher percentage, the head was a lower percentage. The percentages are affected by the perception skill. So the more perception you have, the higher the percentage chance in VATS is going to be to hit. Obviously, out of VATS, it's up to you. You just got to aim and hit. So in addition to the agility affecting the number of action points, you can also affect the number of action points by the kind of weapon you're using and, well, I guess it's the same thing, or the mods that you put on a weapon. So if a weapon has a hair trigger, you're going to be able to take more shots. If the weapon has, say, a lighter receiver, as opposed to a heavy receiver, you're going to have more action points with it. You may wonder why you'd want a lighter receiver. I know I often did. I want the one that does a ton of damage, thank you. But the lighter one, while it does less damage, you can take more shots with whatever it is. With the sniper rifle, for example, lighter would be better because using the sniper rifle takes a lot of VATS. It's almost not worth it. If you've got the time to aim and shoot, what do you need VATS for? You know what I mean? So, like if they're on a wear view, you've got a chance to shoot with a sniper rifle. Yeah. But one of the things that VATS uses is action points, and one of the things that action points are kind of like stamina. So I'm just going to sprint to the other side of the grocery store here and watch the action point on the bottom right of the screen. So I'm moving forward, now I'm sprinting. You see my action points going down here because I'm using action points to sprint. And similarly, if you have a sniper rifle, I've got the rifle up, and you can see here, I'll put it on there on that fire extinguisher. So I'm not moving the mouse, but it's waddling around. I can press and hold Alt, the left Alt, and it steadies. But I'm using action points. So in this way, action points are kind of like a stamina bar was for Skyrim. You know, you're kind of swinging around. You've got the bow and the crosshairs are moving, but if you press and hold Alt, it steadies up. But you're using stamina. Action points are the same. Action points also build up your critical bar. Let's see, where's my gun that I have ammo for? There we go. Let's see if we can find another, and I'll show you the critical bar. What's he doing with an oven mitt? That's what I want to know. Hello? Anybody home? Hello? You gonna get up? Sometimes they... Oh my God, they're crawling up everywhere. Alright, so here I'm going to aim at the head, because that does the most damage. And then at the bottom of the screen here, you see this crit bar? You see it's 100%? So I'm going to press E and then space bar, and I'm going to take a guaranteed hit and guaranteed kill on this feral ghoul. E space bar, guaranteed hit, guaranteed kill. Now, my critical bar is at 0, but I'm going to use VATS a little bit here. And kill the poor beggar, and you saw there my crit bar had gone up. So the more you use VATS, the more the crit bar gets filled up until you are full. And then once the crit bar is full, you use VATS, and only VATS, to employ the crit, and it's guaranteed kill. Or, I shouldn't say it's guaranteed because I don't know that that's true, but... whoa! Let's shoot his leg. There, see, now I've shot him in the leg. Now I'll just walk away, maybe. There we go. And you see he's crippled, he can't get up. So the kind of the nice thing about VATS is it enables you to pick your target. So with the Death Claw, their vulnerable area is their belly. So you can use VATS to sort of particularly hit them. And VATS will save you ammo. So I might take a shot and miss, but with VATS at 95%, I know I'm not going to miss. And they'll stop shooting if he's dead, I think. So you don't have these situations. If you're trying to save ammo, VATS is very useful also. So you got the crits, you got the the ability to aim, and so on. Do I? Everything in the head. Oh, that's gotta hurt. Oh. Yeah, that was 3 shots I put on the head, but it stopped after 2. So if it was just me, I'd be spamming the trigger. And I very likely would have missed a few times or whatever. So it does save you ammo. It's good in that way. Let's see. So we talked about building ammo saving. So this ability, because it slows time and because it's good, it really helps you with the aiming. It's good if you have, for example, a bunch of bloat flies flying around or mole rats in front of you or something. Things that move quickly and sort of float around are hard to hit. You probably noticed that bloat flies are hard to hit. But with VATS, your percentage chance to hit is right there. There's 4 shots at 21%. I'm going to hit one of them, right? Maybe. Or not. I didn't waste any ammo that time. I did good. Is there another one? So with bloat flies and things of that sort, mole rats, you can... oh, these guys. Hit them in the leg. Up. With these feral ghouls... Hello. Oh, there's someone else. Well, I'm out of... I was out of... I guess I had action points left. Get up. Okay. Let's see what we can do here. 1, 2, and I'll move to this one. 1, 2. Let's see what happens. Well, I shot the dog in the head twice. Well, actually, that was a good example. VATS doesn't necessarily mean it slows time, but it doesn't mean time doesn't stop. So I told the gun to aim at him, and as time went on afterwards, the dog moved in front of the line of sight for the blow to kill the dog if it were possible to do that. Also here, he's missing his leg. Whoa. Whoa, okay. Josh's holotape. Huh. Farmhand clothes. Guess I'll take Josh's. Glow-sighted light. Okay. So, light revolver pistol. So this is going to do less damage than my regular pistol. So this is 13. And wow. Light. Oh, wow. It does more damage. Oh, I see. It's using 45 ammo, which I don't have any of. Okay. I thought that was weird that it was light and it was doing more damage, but I guess that's because toy alien. Okay. Alright. So that gives you a pretty good idea. So we're about wrapped up. Let's see. You get the criticals, it slows down time a lot. If you got flying bloat flies, it's really good for that. If you take the right perk, there's a perk called Awareness. It shows you what the enemy weaknesses are. I'm not sure where it is on the perk tree. I won't call it up and show it to you. But this perk, like if the thing's going to be vulnerable to fire or their belly, they're particularly vulnerable to the belly, like with death gloves, it'll tell you that in the VATS system. It won't show it to. I can't demonstrate that for you because I don't have that particular perk. I showed by spamming the Q key, you are basically looking for enemies you might not be able to see. It's good for flying things. Your power armor is powered by fusion cores. If you use VATS with power armor on, you'll find that it drains the fusion core more quickly, apparently much more quickly than using just regular power armor. So you might not want to use VATS too much while you're in power armor, or at least be aware that it's going to be draining your battery more quickly. Let's see. Action points give you stamina. The mods on the weapon give you more action points because it uses less action points per. Do you think the dog can take him? You also use action points for sprinting, holding your breath when you're using the scope. When you're using VATS, you press E or click with the mouse in order to highlight things and say where the shot's going to go. If you press tab, you just back right out of that. So let's say you start using VATS and you don't want to use it at all, you can just use tab to just back right out. Other interesting perks are penetration. If something is hiding behind cover, penetration will enable you to shoot right through cover. There's one called Mysterious Stranger where you're using VATS and Mysterious Stranger will just show up and help. There's a perk called Four-Leaf Clover which will cause your critical bar to instantly go, sometimes to instantly fill up. There's something called Critical Banker, and this enables you to have more than one crit stored up. So you can run around, use VATS. In this scenario, what you would do is even if you never want to use VATS, what you would do is use VATS until you have 2 or 3 criticals stored up, and then you just have them in your pocket. As in, any one guy is going to go down. So you come up against a boss guy, you use the critical, you just had no reason not to have it around. There's a perk called Action Boy or Action Girl, and that causes your action points to come back more quickly. Agility gives you 10 action points per point. Perception increases the accuracy, so you're 50%, but then you get more accuracy, now you're 60%. And then you can target things. So I think that's pretty much it for VATS. It really is good for slowing down, but I like the fact that it doesn't freeze time. If it froze time, it would totally break the game. This would no longer be a game where, I mean, you just win all the time. There'd be no, I don't know how, well, I guess not necessarily. Certainly still can screw it up, but I mean, if time totally froze, it would be quite a thing. I think it's nice that it's totally optional. Like a lot of things in this game, there's a lot of different game systems in Fallout 4, a lot of different kind of things. Oh look, here's a fusion card. There's a lot of different kinds of things in it, like the weapon crafting, but none of it is really required. You can pretty much play the game any way you want, and VATS is a good example of that. You think it's dumb, you don't want to use VATS? Don't use it. You don't need to use it. You know, you just get good at shooting and do it. It's not something that, but there are advantages to using it if you want to employ them. And if you don't want to employ them, that's okay too. And I think that's pretty typical of this kind of thing. You want to use gun mods? Use them. You don't want to use gun mods? Don't use them. You know, generally the game will enable you to have whatever feature that it has be optional. Well, that was easy.
That's it.
And I think that that is pretty sexy. I like the way that works. I think that's a good game. I think this kind of thing is very interesting. It's got a lot of depth. It's a lot of stuff to figure out that you can decide to use that is that's great to use, or if you don't want to use it, you don't have to use it. It's up to you. And I like that. That's what role-playing games are supposed to be about, right? You're supposed to be able to figure out what you want and what you don't want. Just do the things you like to do and have the character grow organically. Um, you want to be a super precise pistol guy, take lots of perception, take lots of agility, and just take all the perks that make you hyper accurate and give you lots of action points, and man, you'll be deadly with that. It's up to you. You want to just run and gun, then you might want to take a bit more endurance, a bit more strength to, so you have more health points. It's up to you. You could skip all that and just use VATS to scan in dark areas, when you're walking around. And you think there might be stuff around that maybe you're not seeing. Spamming the Q key while you're walking around is very helpful. Okay, that's it, man. I'll leave a couple of links to a couple of articles in the description down below. Cheers.